Top of the day to all the beloved. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in to join us on the AVAD channel, a verse a day, as we go into the scriptures to discuss together the content of episode 188. I know we've been looking at the qualities or the attributes of the wicked man for a while. You would notice we started from Psalm 73 and we got to a point we had to go into the book of Job. We started from the 5th verse of the 18th chapter, Job 18:5, and we spent how many days? 21 minus 5, that is 16 or 17 days discussing or looking at the attributes of the wicked man. So we are returning back to the origin of where we started from, when the man after God's heart, David, was looking at the quick or get quick syndrome that would always make people to follow the path of wickedness. And now let's see his confession after wondering and trying to see why the wicked man would seem to prosper in just a while, and the next moment you're looking at him, he is already setting himself on the path of destruction, pitching himself against God. So let's return back to when when David now said, okay, then I think I can put 1 and 2 together and I know what fate would befall the wicked man. Psalm 73 and verse 16 for emphasis. When I thought how to understand this, it was too painful for me. It did not stop at the soulish realm. It proceeded, or it went further onto his spirit, and I was trying to check with God, what do I gain if I want to emulate the wicked man? There's nothing I would be able to gain. There is nothing that will fit me if I don't turn unto God entirely, because God is looking for someone who would serve him with a perfect heart. Some people do serve God and it's not with a perfect man, and you see such people are susceptible to making mistakes. Amaziah was able to serve God, but the Bible makes us understand that he did not serve God with a perfect heart. That's 2 Chronicles chapter 25. If you want to look at that, because he didn't serve God with a perfect heart, then he delved into that which wasn't along his path of purpose. He wanted to, or it's not as if he even wanted to, he stooped into the office, or he went to perform the priestly duty, which was not his own ordained destiny or his purpose. He was meant to be the king, and you could see how God dealt with him. So when we align ourselves perfectly with the Father, we would ensure that the things that would eat our soulish realm would drag them into the realm of the spirit to be able to know what God is saying about them. That is what is going to ensure that we are constantly led by the Spirit of God, as the Word of God says to us, because when we don't listen to him, we'll grieve the Spirit of God. And what we are trying to say is that we are lifting up our souls, or the dependence of our soul, of ourselves on our soul, and that will not get us anywhere, because we're going to burn out and we're going to make mistakes, and we would not be able to get to the peak of a purpose in God. That is why David was able to retrace it himself back, and having looked at it, he said, no, it's not worth it. I would, and you see him saying that I would rather be a gatekeeper in the house of my God. I would be passionate towards God. And in the exact words of Psalm 92 and verse 13, it says to us that for those who will be established in the court of their God, it says for those ones, they will flourish. So he looked at it and he said, no, I would rather have definition in God. I would rather want to be stable in God, and that will make me thrive. And the 14th verse of Psalm 92 says that even in old age, they will be fat and flourishing. This is what God will have us share together today. Please sit with it in the place of meditation, and the Spirit of God is able to teach you as the teacher emeritus has been given unto us in this dispensation. Make same available to people all around you as we continue our journey of him, making the word of God available to his people, doing it in bits and of course a verse a day. Shalom until I come your way the very next time.